Welcome back, Weebs and Gamers. This is AG here, back with another deck profile. Today it's going to be on sort of like a random deck. It has like no relevance to the meta whatsoever. It's just a fun deck that I've had for a long time, but I never updated it until I went to for my Japan trip. I was able to procure some singles here and there to fix up my deck and update it. So yeah, this is Star Wars. I don't know if you guys have ever seen Star Wars cards or like checked them out in any way, but yeah, they made like a super old set and it was like really bad, and then they like made a reprint set where they like errated some of the old cards, which was weird because like you never see that in WEISS. They almost like never do that. And then they just made like a couple new sets and like a Disney set, and it's like just like random cards for it all over the place. So I was finally able to update it, and I actually really like how it runs now. It's one of those things that's like, nowhere will I ever like take this to a tournament by all means, but it is a very fun deck. I really like it, and I love Star Wars, so yeah, of course, I had to make this. And yeah, so we'll just get into it here. So the first card here, this is the main card that I never had 4 copies of because it used to be like extremely expensive. It was like $30-$40 each, which is this R2-D2 Ricky. So yeah, so this card is just like a normal Ricky, and on attack you can give someone 500. But just from I think because they reprinted it, and then they also, in one of the new sets, they reprinted it again, but with like really bad like screen cap art from like the new movies, which I hate that art. So I would gladly pay extra just to have this art because it's way better. But even still, I only paid like 900 yen, I think, for these, which is much better than like $30-$40. So, yeah, so super happy I was able to finally get these. And they're like very key to the deck, actually. It's not something that you can even like debate running. It's like very, very key to the deck that you play this card. So, yeah, you'll see later. And then next we have 3 copies of this Han runner. So he's just like an actual free runner. They pretty much don't make those anymore nowadays. But he has a downside, which is when you play him, if you have 3 or more climaxes in your waiting room, you have to take a damage. So that could be bad late game if you're forced to play him to the stage late game, because you just like need an attacker or whatever. But early game, it's like perfectly fine. And you can even use it to do like some funny things later that I'll talk about. So next we have 3 of this Clock Bomb. It's also like this is like the Leia when she's in Jabba's palace, and it's also like a clock swap. So you can pay this one card, choose a card in your hand, add it, or choose a card in your clock, add it to your hand, and then take a damage. You almost never use that unless there's like something really important that you wanted in there. She's more or less just in here as a clock bomb and for green, because the deck is very low on green cards, so you need like at least some amount of them to support the Jabba level 3 green. Next we have 3 of this Grogu Brainstorm. So this is a new Grogu Brainstorm. This one also has like a really good art, but apparently I didn't know this. It's only like the foil version of it that has that art, not the normal one. The normal ones are just like screen caps, so I was like, oh, that kind of sucks. But yeah, it's a reprint of the Ari Fueta Brainstorm, where it just also has pay to rest heal if you want, which is pretty nice. Because this deck doesn't actually play that many heals. So having that on your Brainstorm is just very nice. Next we have 3 of this Chewbacca. So he is a Apples. So if you guys don't know what Apples is, it's the old Madoka term, where it's just a bond. You pay 1, salvage a card from a specific card from your waiting room, and then it also gives that card global 1k. So normally Apples, traditionally for Madoka, it was like a 1055 vanilla, which was kind of funny, but I mean, Sayaka, you did have Sayaka's Wish, so it actually did work pretty well in that deck. But this actually bonds to the level 1 Han Climax combo. So not only is it like an Apples, but it's also global 1k to your Climax combo level 1, which is crazy good. So yeah, but the only downside is that the Climax combo level 1 Han requires this card in play. Like, you literally cannot do the Climax combo, even if you have the Climax, if you don't also have this card in play. So you always want to get at least one of these in play in your back row. It's usually not too hard. And then this is also a newer card. This is like a $10 Rico because it is a reprint of the Rene Rico from Hololive, where it has the additional effect where if you cancel the damage from it being attacked, you can just bounce it back to your hand. So really, really strong card. This is like one of the few. This is like one of the cards that I noticed like when they first revealed this. I was like, that's a really good card. Maybe I should update my Star Wars deck one of these days. So yeah, so this is that's a very good card there to add to the deck. And finally, we just have one copy. This is just a climax swap and then also has a choose a card in your hand and send it to stock. So very good card. Just allows you to climax swap or put a card in your hand in stock if you need more stock. Moving on to level 1, so we have 4 copies of the Han level 1. Now there are newer level 1 combos that you could possibly play, but I just really like this old school Han one, and so I didn't really feel a need to change it. And the deck does have like quite a bit of yellow, so it works fairly well with yellow. So he is just, during your turn, gets plus 2k, and on reverse, you actually have to reverse with him, but I mean, with the combo and Chewbacca and back row, he's like 8k attacking, so it's not too bad. And you just check top 3 and take anything you want. So, yeah, very good card. It lets you get whatever you need from your top 3 cards, even other climaxes or whatever. This deck doesn't play any events, so you don't have to worry about that, but... next is 2 of this C-3PO. This is another green card. You need to fill out for green. And he's also pretty good. If you use a startup, he gets plus 3k, so it becomes 6,500 attacker. So if you use like Brainstorm or his own effect, which is you can rest 2 characters and give someone the stock charge effect. So just like blind stock from the top of your deck. So yeah, pretty cool that because you can just like assign it to the Han and then get the reverse with Han, and then you get his combo and a stock, which is pretty nice. Next we have, moving on to level 2, this is a new card as well. So this is the card that pretty much makes the entire Luke package worth playing, because before it was more or less like sort of like random whether you were able to pull it off, because its early play requirement is you need the R2-D2 Ricky in your clock. So if you got like stuck at 2-0, you couldn't do it. If you just didn't have the R2-D2 because you just like didn't have a spare copy in your hand or whatever, you couldn't do it. Or you had to like rely on like taking some damage and hopefully it going into your clock. So it wasn't very good. Or I shouldn't say it wasn't very good. It wasn't very consistent. But now with this card, it is very consistent. So this card is a level sport. It is a come and play, discard a blue character to search your deck for specifically the exact Luke level 3 early play. You can't search anything else, just him. And then also on play, you can choose a card in your clock and send it to waiting room, and then put any card in your waiting room back into your clock. So you can just send whatever you want, and then just put the R2-D2 right into your clock. So it fulfills, not only does it search the level 3 early play, but it also fulfills your condition for the R2-D2. I mean, assuming you have at least one in your waiting room, which, like, why would you not have that? So yeah, and it's a level support, so it just makes your Luke like 11k, because he is only 9.5 and doesn't get any power, so he's like slightly weak, but yeah, so this card is amazing. I love this card. This is like one of the other cards that as soon as I seen it, I was like, oh wow, that makes the old combo package like super good. So yeah, and then next we have one copy of this Mandalorian. This is just like a bouncer. You just sack it, bounce one of their characters, and on play give someone a soul. So just like a good utility card to have, because you do have a lot of burn level 3 effects in this deck. Like I said, you run like lower amount of heal, but you have like more burn. So definitely if you play against anti-burn, you want to like bounce that crap out of here. And then we have 2 counters. So we just have this Lando counter. It is just a sort of Leafa counter where it's a check top, and then you can either leave it there or put it on bottom deck. So it doesn't actually like hand filter you, which is kind of bad, but it is an extra green card, so which is nice. And then we have the actual good counter, which is the Vader counter. He's just pay 2, sack a character to anti-change, just like normal good counter. Then moving on to level 3, so this is the new level 3, the Mandalorian. He's from the Disney set actually, but it is usable with the old Star Wars cards because of the set code. It's like proper set coded. So he is goes with the new choice. He's just, if they cancel the burn damage, burn 2. That's it. Very basic, very simple. But his secondary effect is on play, you can play a card from your hand equal to or lower than your level. I really always love those cards when I can play them. I try to, because it just allows you to like put a bunch of guys out for like super cheap. And then he also has the effect of the turn he's played, he gains on reverse pay 2 heal 1. And that's another thing too, is that normally these like play cards from your hand for free kind of cards are never healers. They're always like either some random finisher or some sort of other effect that like lets you like search or do whatever. So the fact that this is a climax combo finisher, a play cards from your hand for free, and potentially a heal if you want it to the turn you play it is crazy good. You usually probably wouldn't heal because you want to spend your stock for either the Jabba or whatever, but it is an option. It is there, so it's very nice. Next we have 3 copies of the Luke. So this is the main early play of the deck. If you just have 4 more, or no, sorry, it's not 4 or more. If you have the R2-D2 in your clock, you can early play him. So even if you have like no board, you just like early play. And then he is come and play, draw 2, ditch 2, and blind stock 1 from the top of your deck. And then he also has the anti-burn effect, so you cannot take burn damage in battles involving him. And he has the force effect, which I don't think any other card in my deck actually has this, because usually it was like the level 3 Vader and like some random other cards that usually had the force. But so he has the force effect, which is you can pay 1, ditch 1 to like swap positions of 2 cards on your opponent's board. So you could like move one of their front rows to back and then move one of their back rows to front if you just want to like kill their back row or something. So it's kind of one of those effects like you're probably not going to use it most of the time, but it is nice that it's just there and you can use it if you want to. Next is 3 copies of this Han Solo. He is just a normal Musashi, so if they cancel his attacks damage, you mill 1 and burn for its level +1. And also on play, you can discard a card and give someone 2k and a soul. So you can just give it to himself if you want, or that kind of thing. And you'll notice I am not playing 4 copies of the Mandalorian level 3. Mainly it's just because I kind of wanted to just go like a 3-3 split between the Mandalorian and the Han Solo, because they're both sort of like the same thing. They're like on cancel burn. So I just felt like, you could play like 4 and 2 if you wanted, but I just wanted to play 3 and 3, that's all. So next we have 2 copies of this Jabba. This is actually one of my favorite card effects in all of WEISS, believe it or not. There's only like a few of the old sets that have this. I know Angel Beats is like the main one that has this, and maybe like a couple others, but so yeah, he is a fortunately his first effect doesn't apply to this deck because he's front 2k to only like green cards, which you don't play any of other than, like random C3PO or something. But and then he's also just come and play heal, and then his main effect, the main reason you play him, and the main reason you splash green in this deck at all, is just for this effect, which is at the beginning of your Encore phase, you can pay 4 and sack as many characters on your board as you want, and then burn your opponent for that much, however many you sacked. So it just allows you to like close out games really well, because you can just burn for the exact amount. So like, say you do your whole finisher turn, you do all your combo and everything, and they cancel, and there's left, and they survive at like 3-5, right? You go to Encore phase, pay 4, sack 2 characters, burn 2. So it allows you to like burn for like the exact amount that you want. And yeah, just like crazy good card. I love this card. And again, yeah, this is like the only heal level 3 that you actually play, or like on play heal, I guess technically. So yeah, it's just super nice that you have that. And then last level 3 is just 1 copy of this Grogu in a mech. He is just a Climax Salvager, but he's like a reprint of the Ari Fruetta one, which is really nice. So it's on play, just sack out character on your board to salvage Climax. And then on reverse, you can pay 2, discard 1 to burn them for 2. So it is just like an extra finisher as well too. Very nice. And then the Climaxes is, of course, just 4 copies of the Han Solo shot, and 4 copies of the Mandalorian riding his motorbike there. Yeah, and that's it, guys. Yeah, so again, this is just like a for fun deck. I love Star Wars, and I've always wanted to like update this deck, but never got around to it. So when I was in Japan, I was like, oh, let me check for if there's like some random singles around for it, and if I can get them for cheaper. And yeah, I got them for drastically cheaper than they would be online. So yeah, that was amazing. Yeah, and if you guys want to check out this deck, then I'm probably going to be posting some games for it, because I do really like playing this deck, even though it's not, like, meta at all. So yeah, if you liked the video, remember to like, comment, subscribe, and this is EIJI'S signing out.